This is the wood chipper. I brought it down to the workshop to see how I might make a flywheel for it. It doesn't need one. It's been working well, but sometimes it gets stuck on thicker branches. I'm hoping to get it to work even better because there is a lot of wood to chip. As you can see, it has a splined shaft suitable for attaching to a PTO on a tractor. But how to attach a flywheel securely to that? Securely, without any wobble, but not permanently. Even if I had the end of a PTO shaft to use, I suspect it would be too loose. They're not made to be tight. So I was busy working out my own solution, making use of the splines to hold bolts in place and keep the piece of pipe centered. My plan was to get everything fitting snugly and then weld it all together, which I suspect would work, but I'll never know because Will announced that he'd made me this thing, which is truly magnificent. Thanks, Will. He's busy this week, so he can't join in with this project. Just listen to this. Snug or what? So that's the hub. Next I need a rim. I had planned to cut a slice off this pipe and use that, but it's a two-person job and Sandra was busy, so in the meantime I chose some 4mm thick steel and cut out the front and the back plates in anticipation. I chose 4mm thick steel because I didn't want it distorting when the molten lead shrinks. But then I did some calculations and I had to change my plan completely. Lead weighs 11.3 grams per cubic centimetre apparently, which means that if I filled a flywheel this size, the lead inside would weigh 76 kilos. 76 kilos? What? Spinning at 500 RPM? Holy moly, that sounds a bit too scary, even if I could get it onto the shaft and keep it there. In fact, I don't have 76 kilos of lead anyway. It's a shame really, because it would make a mighty flywheel, wouldn't it? Completely unstoppable. Never mind, I scaled back my plans and used smaller pipe. A pipe halfway between these two sizes would be really nice, but I don't have any. So Sandra turned the pipe and I cut a piece off and I cut out a front and a back and made them all up into a hollow box. I know it looks small, but by my calculations it will still hold 17 kilos of lead. We shall see. The extra pipes are just temporary. They are there to let the air out and hold a little extra lead while it cools. Without them, you could fill it up nice and neatly and then find that it hollows out as it freezes. Now you might be thinking that the reason the chipper gets stuck is the engine is not powerful enough, or because the drive belt slips. Well, yes, the drive belt does slip, but only once the chipper has already stopped. It has to slip or else the engine would have to stall, and that engine isn't going to do that. So that's why we're confident. It's just that the chipper blades stop spinning when they meet a bigger branch just because they don't have enough momentum to keep going. And momentum means weight in motion, doesn't it? You knew that. Once a weight is spinning, it wants to keep spinning, and the heavier the weight, the harder it is to stop it spinning. 17 kilos of lead in a heavy steel box, spinning round furiously. Surely that will help things a lot. Clive and Fiona gave me the lead, thanks guys, and I'm using one of my cone kilns as a crucible.
Ready?
Pouring this much lead safely is definitely a two-person job.
Ready?
Fill up.
Loads of extra bits.
But you wouldn't want to know what happens if you had your finger in the way.
It's about 350 degrees, I think, something like that. Very good, lovely. Thank you.
Nice hot charcoaly fire now. Shall we get the marshmallows? I think there's some spare ones knocking about from summer.
The next day I cut the extra pipes off. It was easier said than done because lead is soft, but it clogs up tools. I welded a little bit of steel onto one side to balance it, and I think it's ready to go. Except it's horrible outside now, so I'll do something else and we'll try it next time.